Hey guys, it's your girl T, and I have this really disturbing story, and once again it's coming from our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. So what's going on now in Texas, you ask? What's going on is that we have this transsexual man, and basically the man's name is Tyrone Underwood. So what happened is that about a month ago, they had found his car crashed into a pole. They initially thought it was an accident, and they thought it was a woman at first, but then upon further investigation, they realized that the woman was a man and that that man had been shot a few times. The person died on the scene. So the whole situation was crazy. People were trying to figure out what was going on. People thought it was a hate crime. So they ended up going into Tyrone's kick, and they found out that Tyrone was going by the name of Tyra, and that he was a transgender, so meaning that he dressed like a woman and he behaved like a woman. And he had been talking to this guy named Carlton Champion. So Carlton Champion's father basically told the media that Carlton was supposed to go meet up with Tyra, and supposedly there was supposed to be some sexual favors, and then supposedly at that point in time he found out that Tyra was really Tyrone. But now the police investigations went back. They went through the kick messages, all the social media messages, and they have now come to the conclusion that Carlton knew damn well that Tyra was a man and that Tyra was really Tyrone, and that he still pursued the relationship, and they had a lot of sexual encounters. So this whole situation has a lot of twists and turns. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a news clip right now, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
Developing story we're following. Tyler police detectives searching for clues after a transgender woman was shot to death early this morning. CBS 19's Arisa Morris has been learning more about this woman and the search for her killer.
Police identified the victim as 24-year-old Tyrone Lee Underwood, but on social media and to her friends, she was known as Ty. Investigators say she was found shot to death early this morning on 24th Street in North Tyler.
She was lovely, just a lovely person, very real, down-to-earth person who didn't deserve this, did not deserve this at all.
A woman called 911 saying a car had hit a telephone pole and that her children heard gunshots. Underwood's roommate believes Underwood was targeted because she is a transgender person.
This has to be a hate crime. This has to be a hate crime. Nothing else, because that was an upstanding person with a good heart.
Tyler police detectives do have a few leads, but nothing substantial enough to lead to a warrant.
We will follow up any leads that come in. We'll follow them completely because this was a senseless murder.
Detective Erbaugh believes Underwood was in or near her car when shots were fired. She then tried to drive off, but the car got stuck in a grassy area.
There were several indicators there may be bullets fired at the vehicle. But we just pulled the vehicle here to the police department, and it's going to be searched pursuant to a search warrant.
Underwood's friends and family want closure.
If you know anything, please come forward. If you know anyone who knows anything, please come forward. We don't know anything.
Underwood's friends tell us she worked as a nursing assistant at a local nursing home and was recently accepted into the nursing program at Kilgore College in Longview.
So, Risa, this happened around 24th Street. Did Underwood live in that area?
No, actually, she didn't, and Tyler police detectives are talking to her friends and family to try and find out, what was she even doing in that neighborhood.
Now, lots of questions still to be answered in this.
Definitely.
All right, thank you, Risa. And Tyler, Smith County Crime Stoppers offering a $1,000 reward for a tip that leads to the arrest and charges filed against this suspect. If you know anything about this case, call Tyler Police Department or Tyler Smith County Crime Stoppers.
January 26th, Underwood's body was found shot to death in a car on 24th Street in Tyler. KLTV7's Julia Janae has been poring over Champion's arrest affidavit and joins us now in the studio. Julia, police say right now they are not viewing this as a hate crime. Why is that?
That's right, Nissa. According to the arrest affidavit, police determined that Champion and Underwood had a previous relationship. The 21-year-old football player told police that he had been communicating with a person named Tyra through a mobile app called Kik. After searching Underwood's phone, police found messages dating back to January 19th that made it clear that the two were involved sexually. There were also text messages exchanged where Champion asked Underwood to meet him on 25th Street. Those messages were sent just 1 hour before Underwood's estimated time of death.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys just watched that news clip. So a lot of folks are saying that, it's this transsexual person's fault. They need to be honest. He shouldn't have lied and said that he was a woman when he wasn't. Now, my thing is this. I feel in my heart of hearts, Carlton knew damn well that this was a man. I also feel that Carlton is either gay, bisexual, or on the DL, and that he doesn't want to admit it to his father. Because after everything initially went down with Tyrone, he was still pursuing him and still texting him back and forth. They were still engaging, they were still engaging sexually. They were having oral sex and things like that together. So he knew damn well that this was a man. I just feel like maybe he got embarrassed. He didn't want the secret coming out. Maybe Tyrone said that he was going to tell people, or that he was going to spill the beans, and he didn't want to be embarrassed. Plus, he plays college football. He's on the football team. So maybe he was trying to keep this under wraps. If you guys remember a few years ago, I had did the video about the high school football player who had been having a sexual relationship with an older gay man. And when the older gay man put him on blast on Facebook, he ended up killing him. So you have some people who are so closeted and they don't want their business out there that they're willing to take somebody's life. And I feel like this was the case. I don't feel like Tyrone or Tyra, I don't feel like that person was lying to Carlton. I feel like everything came out, and either Carlton couldn't handle it, or maybe he felt like, Tyrone might say something, they might do something to embarrass him on the football team, and that's why he ended up killing Tyrone. But either way, nobody deserves to lose their life in that manner. The whole situation is just really, really disturbing. I think most transgender men just need to either mess with fully gay guys, as opposed to guys who are unsure of their sexuality or who are on the DL, because it seems like a dangerous mix. Because at any point in time, this unsure man can just pop off and blame you and hurt you, because of their insecurities, or because they're scared to let their business be told out there, or to come out there to the public. So I just think for safety, I just wouldn't mess with no more guys on the DL, or guys who don't really know which way they want to swing, because it just seems like a really, really dangerous mix. But rest in peace to Tyrone. This whole situation is just really, really unfortunate. A lot of people online had a lot of really good things to say about Tyrone. They said he was a really nice guy, really nice person. So I just think this whole situation is just really, really sad and unfortunate. But Carlton definitely deserves to be in prison, definitely uncalled for. But they're saying that they're not going to make this a hate crime, because they were obviously in some type of sexual relationship with each other, and that he knew that Tyra, aka Tyrone, was a man and not a woman. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. What are your thoughts on this entire situation? Do you feel like transgenders should just strictly stick to talking to gay people, or people who are open with their sexuality, as opposed to people on the DL? And do you feel like Carlton didn't know, and that basically Tyra set him up? Do you feel like Carlton did know, and Carlton was just ashamed to admit that he was gay to his father? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. All right, deuces.